the Republicans want to give a work requirement for SNAP. For a hungry family has to have this kind of penalties or some kinds of working required. Shouldn't you have a working requirement after we sell your bank with billions of your bank? Because they seem to be more preoccupied than SNAP and requirements for works for hungry people, but not about protecting the taxpayers, that will bail no matter whatever does about a bank to crash it.
Whatever that was, definitely crashed. Treat your elders and those suffering from illness with dignity and respect, unless you're a Democrat, and then just use and abuse them. The number one example to all this is obviously the President of the United States, who continues daily to provide examples for why there should be age limits on political service. Bumbling, stumbling Joe. That's the president. Because here's the question of the day. How much real service are these politicians providing the public? You let me know your thoughts in the comments, because I'm quite intrigued to hear from you. Then, of course, share this video and make someone feel young. But we're not here for Joe. Nope. We are here to talk about the other abuse at the hands of the Democrats. That of Dianne Feinstein and John Fetterman. And we're going to start with Fetterman, since he will take the longest to understand in a multitude of ways.
Do you believe that is not outrageous, that no matter how deplorable your performance is, you are made as whole, and all by test papers? So what do you believe? What if we didn't come out and bail out your bank? What would have happened?
I think we are all asking, what would have happened had Oz won instead of Fetterman? It was a year ago now, last May, that Fetterman suffered a stroke while running for a Senate seat out of Pennsylvania. He returned to the campaign trail, though he was clearly not operating at 100% or even 70%. Then in February, the 53-year-old was admitted to a hospital after feeling lightheaded. And he then checked himself into the hospital for clinical depression. So instead of the Democrats having this man get himself well, in a safe space, they are always forcing upon everyone to help him get away from all the crazy and the high stress of Washington, the Democrats have him come on back for more. Go get him, John.
It's astonishing. That's like if you have, and they also realize is that now they have, it's in a guaranteed way to be saved by how, So it's isn't it appropriate that this kind of control should be more stricter to prevent this kind of thing from going? Or should we just go on and start bailing and sailing whoever bank, regardless of how their conduct is?
What? And when that was not enough, a hot second later, he's at the podium to speak about the debt limit.
The entire GOP debt ceiling negotiation is a sad charade. And that's exactly what's wrong in Washington. We're playing with the livelihoods of millions just so the GOP can just turn the screws against hungry Americans. This is the whole reason why the 14th Amendment exists. We need to be prepared to be using it. Again, remember, say that again. We must be prepared in order to use it. And we cannot let reckless Republicans hold the economy as a hostage.
Does anyone else feel like Fetterman is being held as a hostage? No? Just me? Now, it speaks volumes when the slobbiest person in the room is not Comrade Bernie Sanders.
This photo of Sanders cutting a curmudgeonly figure in his grandpa chic mittens sent the internet into a meme frenzy.
Clearly, that was Bernie on his best day. It's momentous when his curmudgeonness is able to bring some chic to it. So Bernie looked rather good as one of the old dudes trying to look professional, and then you have a dad about to go mow his lawn on Sunday, or any teenage boy at all times of the year. It's a look, that's for sure, but he doesn't know what's fully going on. And neither does 89-year-old California Senator Dianne Feinstein, who returned to the Senate in the past week after suffering from shingles and being out of the Senate for the past few months. But she didn't know she was gone.
Benjamin Oreskes is a politics reporter for the LA Times and one of the reporters who spoke with Feinstein.
She was asked, how does it feel to be back? She said it was good. We asked, what does it feel like to hear from people about your return? And she said, I haven't been gone. I've been working. And and she goes, I've been voting. And I said, oh, so you mean like you've been working from home? And then she responded, no, I've been working here. I've been voting.
That's par for the course, as one's health doesn't matter, as long as the seat is filled by someone with a D next to their name, even if it stands for dementia. It's politics, after all.
This is about whether or not she's mentally fit to serve in the U.S. Senate. And this might not come to a head in the sense that she's back, she's voting, and she's doing what Democrats need her to do.
And her boss of sorts is literally pushing her to do her job. Chuck Schumer is right there to wheel Feinstein into the nursing home or the Senate halls, we don't know. And it really is fitting, given his undying love for her.
I'm careful not to throw the word legend around too often in this chamber, as it truly befits so few. But Dianne Feinstein is precisely that. She's a legend.
Yeah, she's a legend. And that legend has been a senator since 1992. So if we are counting legends simply as those who are ancient and have been in federal office forever...
Forever.
Then yes, Dianne Feinstein is a legend, but so are a lot of the main players. Chuck is 72, Nancy Pelosi is 83, Bernie Sanders 81, we know Joe Biden is 80, Joe Manchin is 75, and Elizabeth Warren is 73. Plastic surgery does the facelift good. And if you think I'll just mention Democrats, well, you think again. On the Republican side, Chuck Grassley is 89, Mitch McConnell 81, and Donald Trump 76. I could go on, but a lot of them won't be sooner than later. Dianne Feinstein, who again is 89, will be 90 in less than a month, if she makes it that long. And I know that sounds callous, but my dearly departed grandfather had a goal to make it to 90 years old, and then he went home to our Heavenly Father 1 month later. Right now, we are approaching 1 in 4 members of Congress being over the age of 70, which is above the retirement age. And these people are the ones who are also the millionaires and could retire with a hefty pension to boot. Think of it this way. Since the turn of the century, our members of Congress are a lot closer to being a century. So why is this allowed or encouraged? I mean, I get it. We don't need to swing the pendulum fully to the other end of this spectrum where we have the insufferable Representative Alexandria Ocasio-Cortez.
You know, this idea and this metaphor of a bootstrap started off as a joke because it's a physical impossibility to lift yourself up by a bootstrap, by your shoelaces. It's physically impossible. The whole thing is a joke.
She'll never disappoint in making stupid comments. But she disappoints in everything else. Now, meanwhile, I'm okay with one senator who is getting up there in age, but not quite like the others. Of course, I'm talking about my favorite, the one and only, always unpredictable, John Kennedy of Louisiana.
There are times that I think President Biden is being advised by the marketing team at Budweiser. His poll numbers are on a journey to the center of the earth. And it's no mystery why. Because of the president's policies, the American people feel chewed up, spit out, and stepped on.
That's a pretty accurate summary of how I feel on a week-to-week basis. How about you? Well, for now, keep giving those F's until we can't. Faith, family, and friends. Then share the video with someone over the age of 75. They may want to run for Congress. Until next time, stay healthy, America.